Okay, hey guys, I noticed that we were having trouble completing our editing and revising document, so that made me afraid that we weren't actually editing and revising, so I made a video to walk you through it. So first things first, you need three things in front of you. You need this sheet, which obviously you will have a paper copy of it. You need your final report open on Google Docs. I am using a student report, so this isn't a final report, but for example, you would have this up on Google Docs, and then you need to log on to turnitin.com and have your graded turnitin.com Criterion A, or ungraded. Even if it's not graded, you still need to have it up. So for example, here is a scholar's a lucky scholar or an unlucky scholar that I'm going to use an example. So once again, you need to have turnitin.com, your graded Criterion A up. You need to have your final report up that should have your introduction, Criterion A, Criterion D, and your reflection, and then you should have this paper in front of you. So go ahead and pause me now so you can do that. When you're done, you are simply going to check off this box. I'm not going to check it because I'm doing it electronically, but check off that box. Okay, so hopefully you've checked off these first boxes because they should be graded. And so what you are going to do is you are going to, if your Criterion A is graded, when you look at it, it should say 0. You didn't get a 0. But if it is graded, you are going to click on the rubric tab on turnitin.com. So if you go to turnitin.com, this is your rubric tab. I am actually going to pull up a fresh one that hasn't been graded yet because we don't want you to see another student's grade. So at this point in time, I haven't graded this one yet. You're going to go to the rubric tab. It should tell you what you received for the three things: your word count, your prompt, and your MLA format. All three of them are on a scale of 1 to 3, and they're all worth a third of your grade. So you're going to click on that tab. You're going to see where you fall in the rubric. If you want to see it big, you can click here, and it will bring up the full size rubric. And then you're going to go to your handy dandy revision handout on the back, and you are going to mark where on the rubric you fell. So if I change this to, no, it won't. But let's say you got let's insert shape. Let's say you got a 2 here. You're just going to mark that on the back. You're going to say, let's say you got a 3 for answering the prompt. Oh. Insert shape. Doesn't really matter what shape. Sure, this one. You're going to put a mark there. And let's say you still have some formatting to do, so then you're going to put a mark. So your MLA format wasn't good, you're going to put a mark there. So you're going to mark it off. You're going to look on the rubric on turnitin.com here, and then you're going to mark it on your handout here on the back. When you have completed that, you're going to go up here and you're going to mark it there. If for some reason your Criterion A is not graded, I would like you to read through the rubric and mark where you think you fell, and then once again mark it off on this revision sheet. Go ahead and pause me now and complete that step. Okay, so if your Criterion A is graded, I also gave you individual feedback. You can see that when you, let me pull up Jude's again. Okay, so you can go to feedback summary, and I gave all of you a feedback. I want you to go ahead and write, so you read through that feedback. Everyone got at least one action step, and you are going to record that action step in this space. It can just be a summary of what I said, but everyone had action steps, so you need to record it here. Once you've done that, go ahead and check it off on this revision sheet. Pause the video and do that now, please. Okay, so next step, you're going to go to turnitin.com, and you need to read through every single blue or purple tab that you see. So if you don't see purple tabs, go ahead and click that, and it will mark them. So for example, this one says, this needs to be left aligned and bolded. So you're gonna read that, then you're gonna go to your document open on Google Docs, and you're actually gonna edit it. So I already did, but let's say it wasn't. Let's say he had it like this, like he did on his paper. I'm just gonna bold it, and then I'm gonna left align it. So boom, I already did that. Then I go back to turnitin.com, and this says confused. I don't think this is grading it wrong, so I'm not gonna do that one. You may need an article before the. My goal for the MYP personal project was to identify causes, effects, and best ways. So it's saying I'm missing the word the. So I'm gonna go to my paper and add the. So you need to go through every blue and purple tab, and if you agree with the feedback, you need to make edits to your final report on Google Docs. Once that is done, of course, you're going to come back to your revision sheet and check off these 2 boxes. Please pause me and do that now. Okay, then going back to your rubric. So you can either look at this rubric or you can look at the rubric on turnitin.com. But I actually don't want you to see this scholar's rubric, so we'll go back to Ian's. Looking at the rubric, if you did not get 3s in every single criteria, that means you need to make a change. So if you got a MET for word count, 230 to 250 words, Scholar needs to add a few more sentences to the final draft to meet the word count. So then you need to go to your copy on Google Docs. Where is it? And you need to add 20 more words. So, I mean, you know what adding words looks like, so you just add the words. Then it says, prompt, Scholar clearly and efficiently describes the goal and their year worth of research. It is clear that there's a summary of a year's worth of research and no additional information is required. Boom, you're good. You don't need to add anything. If you got anything less than a 3 in the prompt, I'm telling you, you did not properly address the prompt, so you need to go to your Google Doc and make edits. And then finally, MLA format. Scholar did not attempt MLA formatting or has more than one mistake. I usually marked your mistakes. So if you look at, if we go back to Jude's, he missed, a lot of you guys missed in-text citations like this scholar did. He has a very good works cited page, but he didn't go through. Any research needs to be added. So you need to say so you need to go to your Google Doc and add in where your research is. So every single sentence that you did not know before you started research needs to be cited. So for example, let's say he read an article that was written by Lyles, like this, when veterans come back from service, they are far more likely to break up with their significant other. You need to go through and put in every single place that there was in text citations. So go ahead and add Lyles. Let's say this next sentence he got from someone named Monica Gallagher. This would be Gallagher. If you have questions about your in-text citations, please, please, please come and ask me, but that needs to be completed. So go through and look at your rubric and make the edits that the rubric is telling you to do. Once you've done that, you can mark this off. Go ahead and pause the video, take care of that. Finally, go ahead and read the specific feedback I gave you. Sometimes I was talking about clarity, sometimes I was talking about whatever. If those things I gave you on your specific feedback is fixed, mark that off. When everything is marked off, mark off this final one and then turn it into the blue basket. Please, please, please let me know if you have any questions. Every single comment, every single feedback, every single mark on the rubric is meant to tell you that you would not receive a good grade on this criterion on your final report. If there's anything that is unclear, please ask me. I want you all to get the highest grade possible on your final report because it is worth 20% of your final grade. Thanks, guys.